Gotta make sure I look presentable. I hope I look presentable because this is happening, okay? I haven't done a solo podcast or really any podcast of my own in a while, but especially not a video one. I released one audio episode, but this is the thing podcasting. These dogs are driving me crazy. Please, guys, I have important work to do right now, and I'm doing it, and you're interrupting me. Do you understand? Can you hear me? I know your ears are very good because you're dogs. So listen to me clearly. Stop barking. You're not helping anyone. I know your instincts are to protect your people from marauding barbarians who will kill everyone and eat their livers. I get that, but this is not the world we live in right now. So you need to chill out. Thank you. Now, back to podcasting. The most important thing in this culture right now is podcasting. It decided the election. Obviously, there's extreme power I'm wielding right now, and I want to wield it skillfully and not for stupid comedic purposes. I want to do art. I want art to be everywhere, and I want to help spread art and mental wellness and just truth and enlightenment and love and compassion. And these are the things that I am going to be talking about in my new podcast, the Andrew Steiner podcast. I think that's what it's called. I don't remember because the last episode I put out was months ago. But so let's get started with art. Okay. I've been going through some very difficult things in my life right now. My mother is very ill, and that's been weighing heavily on my fucking heart. Fuck you, heart. Don't feel anything anymore. No, I like feeling sadness. It means you're alive. It's important. Ow, I punched myself way harder than I intended. And for that, I apologize to you. That was awkward, and it was hard to watch, I'm sure. And I shouldn't have done, I don't want to guilt trip myself, but whatever. Anyway, I'd like to read you guys a scene from my latest novel that was published last spring. It's called If You've Got to Go, Stay. And if you've got to stay, let's party a little bit gently though, but not too gently. We gotta make it fun. It's not selling that well, but in Tulsa, Oklahoma, it's selling really well, and everywhere else, it's not selling at all. So that's interesting. I don't know why that is actually. Maybe it's because my main character's middle name is named Tulsa, John Tulsa Holmes. Okay, so this is where John Tulsa Holmes realizes uh, he's a vegetarian, and he's at Thanksgiving dinner at his in-laws, and he comes to this realization as he's chewing the turkey. John spit the turkey all over his mother-in-law's face, and she starts screaming, and she's running around the kitchen. Marie is yelling at John, "Don't you do that! What are you doing? You're crazy! Stop! You don't spit food on my mother's face, you animal!" And John said, I'm sorry. I just realized that I don't like meat, and that meat is murder." And, "No, it's not murder. You're crazy. What are you doing? You spit on my wife's face." "Dad, I'll handle this." "No, Marie, I can say this is my own house." "It's not your house," said Uncle Jake. "I bought it." "What did you shut your mouth, man?" Guys, Mom, are you okay?" "I'm fine. I just got food. I got turkey up my nose, and I'm aspirating a little bit of gravy. It's okay. I'm okay though. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Lorraine. I didn't mean to do that. I really just I realize that turkeys are as smart as people, and that they should be able to vote. And I want them to vote. Okay, I'm sorry. Turkeys voting? You're out of your goddamn mind, man. I'm sorry, Frank. I just think they're smarter than they look. What are you talking about? Smarter than look? Look at them. They look up at the sky when it's raining and they drown. How could they be smarter than they look? I've almost drowned looking at the sky. Then you're dumb as a turkey too. No, I'm not. I have my PhD from Oxford. What are you talking about? I am an accomplished neuropsychologist. Yeah, neuropsychologist, neuropsychologist. What are you talking about neuropsychology at my table? I, I don't know, man. Can we agree? I apologize. I was wrong, me. And listen, I'm going to take this knife and I'm going to slit my own throat and I'm going to bleed all over this turkey and you can eat that blood as sauce and gravy. If you don't want to respect me, I will die right here at this table. Is that okay? Is that what you want? Said John Tulsa Holmes. No, of course not. You're crazy. Call the police. This guy needs to go to the mental illness world. He needs to go to the mental illness village. Okay? Let's call him and get him down on Route 22. Okay? Call the cops. No, don't call the cops. I promise. I won't stab myself. And then John stabbed himself, but he missed his throat and he just got the tip of his chin. And the chin was split over. And Marie starts licking it because it looks like a beautiful labia. And the family's like, oh my God, Marie, don't do that. What are you doing? That's disgusting. You two deserve each other. Get out of here. And they left. End of chapter 1. So as you can see, there's a lot going on there. That's the way the book starts. You can imagine how it middles and 3/4 and ends. Pretty cool stuff. I wrote that before I met my wife's parents, and this was just what I imagined them to be like and what I imagined Thanksgiving was going to be like. And I made the main character vegetarian because I used to be a vegan in high school, except for that I would forget that there were eggs in bread. And because my body was not used to digesting eggs, when I ate them, I would have extremely pungent gaseous emissions from my cecal area, my lower cecal area. And that was very disturbing to my family, and they forced me to start eating meat and eggs again at gunpoint. And then so I like to sing you a song about being shot at by your family. When your family raised a barrel of gun to your face, and they look you in the eye and they call you a disgrace. You got no choice but to leave the house. You got no choice but to join a gang. And when you join a gang and they make you draw the genitals of British prime ministers on your arms and tattoo them permanently on your face. The arms are just a way of working up to tattooing British prime ministers' genitals on your face. And now you're a disgrace. It's important not to regret your past decisions and go back to your evil family, because they'll cheek again. It was a dark time in my life when I was genitalized by peer pressure and by need of housing. Would I do it again? Would I succumb to that pressure? Well, probably, because I'm a flawed individual. I do not like being threatened with violence. And if that means having Margaret Thatcher's taint on my cheek, well, that's just fine with me. Yeah. So, yeah, that's a pretty hard song for me to sing. That was a rough time in my life. And I don't know. I'm sure everyone's going through difficult times right now. The economy is tanking. Unions and middle class are at an all-time low in terms of power and just existence. Someone's clomping on high heels above me. I'm just trying to record this important podcast. Important information for you all to hear. And I really wish we had unions like back in the day. And I wrote this poem about it. I'm gonna leave on this. This poem I'm gonna close out this podcast. So before I close out, I just want you all to know my comedy special's coming out on YouTube on April 26th, Saturday, April 26th. So look out for that. Join my mailing list. You can find it at andrewsteiner.net. Please subscribe on Instagram if you haven't already. I have a Patreon that maybe I'll start putting stuff up on again if you subscribe. That's how it works. First you subscribe, then I put things on. It's not the other way around, okay? I'm sorry. No, I'll put some stuff on regardless because one person is subscribing, and thank you, Morgan, for doing that. I appreciate you. But anyway, on this poem about unions and how much we need them. Every single industry should have a union because the rich are stabbing us in our sleep. They're drinking our blood like vampires. They're suckling at our taints like mucus-born ill rats from the dirtiest depths of the Marianas Trench. These little bastards think they can get away with anything. We need a sex workers union. We need an OnlyFans union. We need an Uber driver union. We need a union for everything. Because without that, we have no protection against these bastards. Sure, unions did some bad things too. They were part of the mafia. But that's neither here nor there. It's underneath my baloney cheek. Now, you'd ever look me in the eye and tell me you're gonna slit my throat, Mr. Governor, Mr. Amazon Chief of Employees, Mr. Bill Gates, Mr. Starbucks T. Jones. You never look me in the eye when you tell me you're gonna make me poor. You just stab me in the back, you dirty bastard. I will kill every one of these billionaires. No, I won't, because I'm a peaceful man. But guess what? If you do, well, don't do that. It's illegal. It's just bad things to do. But guess what? The unions, we gotta come back somehow peacefully. Maybe we make them a jello pudding. Maybe we make them a little cake, say, Mr. CEO, Mr. Governor, please let us have unions again. And I think that'll work. Just make the cake delicious, because no one takes union please from a bad baker. And if you are a terrible chef, well, you don't deserve a living wage. In fact, you deserve to starve on the street in a tent with a hole in the top, so you're wet every last day of your miserable life, and the dogs eat your soul. So that's a little poem I whipped up this morning between breakfast and lunch. Hope you enjoyed this podcast. I don't know, maybe I won't do another one for another few years. Maybe I will. There's only one way to find out, and that's to subscribe and make sure you get notifications whenever I put something out on YouTube. All right, bye-bye.